I am pleased to announce today that we've made some changes to the public health restrictions that will allow single Albertans to enjoy the holidays with loved ones in a safe way. Between December 23rd and December 28th, single Albertans may attend one event at another household. During that same time, households may host up to 2 single people for an event. This is a small change that was just adopted based on advice from the Minister of Health, with input from the Chief Medical Officer by the COVID Cabinet Committee, which just completed meeting.
As you heard, for the upcoming holiday season, we are providing a one-time exemption to the gathering limit for people who live alone. Between December 23rd and 28th, an individual living alone may join another household for one gathering only during this period. A household must only host a maximum of 2 people who live alone, not including minors, and only one event. This approach strives to balance mental wellness for individuals living alone and the need to limit COVID-19 spread. To be clear, we are providing a 5-day window from December 23rd to 28th to accommodate schedules for first responders and others who may work variable shifts. However, an individual living alone may only attend one gathering during this time. If gathering with someone who is at higher risk of severe outcomes, such as someone over the age of 65 or someone with chronic conditions, please make sure that all gathering safety measures are applied continuously. Please find a way to ensure that person can participate in the event while still being able to maintain 2 meters of distance from all others. You can also take practical steps to protect them by making sure they have access to hand sanitizer at all times, and you can consider asking others not typically in contact with that person to wear masks while in a room with them where distancing may not be possible at all times.
If people are just going to blindly ignore these public health measures and put themselves or others at risk by visiting multiple households, that is a decision. It's an irresponsible decision, but it is a decision that they're probably going to make regardless of what guidelines and restrictions the government puts in place. So I would just say to those folks who might be so inclined to remember that there are people who have passed away in Alberta because they got together around dining room tables at Thanksgiving. And they did the most natural thing, the most ordinary thing, the most fulfilling thing, which was to be with family and friends at a celebratory time. But we know, this is not a theory, we absolutely know that people got infected, hospitalized, and went on to pass away from a virus that they picked up in those family and social gatherings at Thanksgiving time. So we would just ask people to be, if you're not inclined to follow government rules, fine. But how about considering the unintentional impact you could have on the lives of others? In terms of, look, we've looked closely at jurisdictions around the world, and certainly across Canada. Every other province is permitting a variation of this permission for a single individual to join one other household at Christmas. And again, I think this comes back to the need to balance it with the mental health imperative. We already had a mental health crisis in Alberta pre-COVID. COVID has only deepened that. Earlier this week, I presented the startling data about over 1,000 drug overdose deaths in this province. Part of that is connected to the mental stress and emotional stress that people are feeling. And if this is one small way that some people who feel particularly isolated at Christmas can have a renewed sense of connection, of being cared for, then I think that is a reasonable measure for us to take.